Welcome to the life of a TV addict. I'm Sasha. I'm like, wait, what am I doing?
Notorious FPG.
Okay. So, yeah, I was about to say, what was I doing? All right, so we're going to bring y'all a different format of the life of a TV addict, a little different than what we've been doing. So it could seem more as a conversation, and that hopefully y'all could join in and post your comments and things like that. So that's just the disclosure I wanted to give. So
Okay.
But you wanted to start with basically
I mean,
it
what's
was like Game of Thrones.
and Power.
I was
That
about
was
to say.
it. we can go Game of Thrones because that's a lot to cover.
Oh my god.
So, what was your favorite part of this episode? Because we all had theories. Some came true, some didn't, some didn't. We wanted them to finish one thing. They didn't give us that at the end of the season. Everything is still up in the air.
I know, so it's gonna be two fights. So my favorite part, one of the favorite parts was the Night King when he got on the dragon and knocked down the wall. Okay. Because it was like that this wall had kept them safe for all of these years, centuries. And then once he got this dragon, it just changed the whole game.
Yes.
My other part was when
Wait. Before you go, do you think that was his plan all along?
To get the dragon and knock down the
dragon. I mean, how else would they have knocked down the wall or gotten over the wall without the dragon? So was getting Danny to come outside the wall the whole point so they could get a dragon?
Well, no, I don't think so, because how did they know she had the dragons or was there? Because they only live on that side of the wall.
Right.
And we saw the wildlings used to get over the wall all the damn time. They used to climb it, go through. Okay. So I think they could have got through. That was just a bonus. They like, oh, motherfuckers. Like, we're not even waiting.
We can take down the whole thing.
We ain't climbing shit. Yeah, I love that part when it just was like, but only thing, I just think that my homeboy dead.
According to Twitter, he's not dead. They had, Twitter they can investigate and find a screenshot to save your life. According to them, he went in the opposite direction of the ice fire, I guess it was. And the wall was coming down on one side and they were going down the other. Him and the other guy he was with. So he should still be alive. Tormund, we're talking about. Okay. And the other night watchman he was with. They should still be alive.
I was about to say, I can't have a boy die. Oh my God.
Nah, Brienne needs to get some from him first, at least.
I was about to say, that part was just like, but I just hated that was the part and then it was the end.
Right. I thought we should have had
another 2
resolved.
Episodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I did like, one of the other parts about the show that I liked was this episode when Daenerys comes to see them at the sit down and she brings the dragons and it's the whole big thing, and then Cersei says later to Jaime, "Where's our other dragon at?" And I'm like, oh my God, this bitch don't miss a beat. Like,
yeah.
And I'm like, damn, Daenerys, why you just didn't come on one?
Which
and
is
then
what
that would have,
yes,
that would have gave the same impact without her letting her know that you don't.
Like, I'm showing you, I got dragons. It's not a rumor. It's not just. You see, I got dragons. You don't know how many though. Yeah, you shouldn't have bought the 2 when you riding in on one would have been just as powerful. And then she wouldn't have had the question of where, if you're gonna ride in on 2, you're gonna bring all 3. Why you only got the 2?
Well, yeah. Well, she added that shit up real quick. She was like, she don't have the other dragon.
Yeah.
She was like, where is it? Like, that was real quick. I said, oh my God, this bitch don't
Did you think
shit.
Cersei was going to honor the agreement ever?
I did.
You did?
Especially when she came back.
I don't trust that bitch.
I don't trust her, but when she left, it was clear, like, all right, I ain't fucking with y'all. Y'all ain't doing what I want. All right, I'm out. And she left. And to me, it was like, I guess they set it up so perfectly, because had that been the case, she could have easily just said, okay, I agree to y'all, and still know I was never going to do it. But the fact that she left the first initial meeting,
right,
kind of set it up like, oh, maybe she is going to honor this one, because why did she come back when she didn't have to?
Right.
I didn't get that guy, the Greyjoy, that where he was like, oh, they can't come across the water, I'm out of here, and he left. I was like,
thought that was really it.
I didn't really think it was it because I'm like,
I did, because he's to me he's a coward, truthfully at his core, and I could see him not being concerned that it would get to his island. He's like, oh, you mean it's just gonna kill all y'all King's Landing people? Oh, okay, then I'll be the king of everything, anything when everybody's dead. Okay.
I guess it was the way that he did it, in the manner that he did it, and not like, and it was so dramatic that he did it that way, because he could have sat there and said, oh, we can't get over, and he could have been like, oh, well, shit, y'all can have at it, we going, what's the name, and still sat there for the meeting. But the fact that he stormed off and did all of that, it was like, something not right here. I thought he was going to be doing something like to their ships, or doing something while they were having, while they were having a meeting, that he was going to be doing something. I didn't think that was going to be.
That would have been my thought too. Like, oh, he out there sabotaging some shit right now,
or stealing their stuff, or killing somebody.
I didn't see the long game that they were playing.
Oh my god!
And Cersei was like, but he still want this queen, and I'm like.
And then she says that with no regard for Jaime. Because she understands that Jaime
ain't going nowhere.
Well, and that Jaime's in love with her, and Jaime thinks like, okay, we're going to be together. I'm not going to sit here and watch you with another man again, and all these other things. And she's like, well, whatever. Like, you got to deal with it now.
Right.
I'm like, oh my god.
And then I guess that also says to what she thinks about his character, because he's ready to become king to a queen that's pregnant with another man's child.
Oh, what the fuck he care?
But I mean, isn't he gonna want to solidify their rule with a heir of his own? If he was to marry her, the whole point of being a king and queen is that you solidify your rule for generations, right? So if you already knocked up,
but that don't mean I can't knock you up afterwards. It's just that you're pregnant now. So you think I'm going to... I'm about to say, you think I'm going to give up my chance at the Iron Throne just because you're pregnant now?
If the White Walkers don't kill us in the 7 to 8 months it's going to take you to have this baby, and then the 6 weeks of recovery, and...
As my eyes roll. I was about to say, really?
Like, I don't know. I just don't think he was thinking that far down. Because I can't see him being that. I can see her being that planning.
So do you think that he would say that, okay, if everything goes according to plan and he's supposed to be the king of the Iron Throne, because that's what he came and bargained for, is that I'm going to marry you and I'm going to be the king. I'm going to help you and then I'm going to marry you. And when he goes to marry her, he finds out she's pregnant. And he's like, oh, this wasn't part of the deal. I can't deal with this. I'm leaving.
I don't know. I really don't know. I was watching this other show, Reign. And the whole point is, even though, like, you're the queen, the king still is the head. Even if the king isn't the initial ruler. The king becomes the king through marriage to you. He then becomes the leader. So then I don't see how he would be willing to say, okay, I'll marry you. And even though I can be the ruler for this 6 to 8 months, you're going to have this other child who, do they have a claim to the throne behind me? Will my child be ahead of them, behind them? How would that even work? We're dealing with the whole situation now with them because of bastards and people outside.
So yeah, because
I just think it would be really messy.
But I don't. Well, I guess that's because the thing is that if I understand you correctly, what you were is that when he finds out that she's pregnant and it's not his baby, that he's going to have a problem with that. my thing is that he may have a problem and everything, but I don't think he giving up a seat on the Iron Throne over it.
Right.
And then again, like, who's to say the first child is a male child? What if it's a female? Then I just even if the first child was a male child, I cannot see him giving up a seat on the Iron Throne because this ain't my baby.
Okay.
I just really can't.
Okay. No, I see. Knowing him, I can agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Just his character, Euron's moral compass or whatever. I agree. He wouldn't give a damn. But I also think the way Cersei is about her children, she know that he wouldn't give a damn about
killing him or whatever,
drowning this baby or whatever, saying something happened there would be no, you know what I mean, no other claim but his child. So I think she would be more protective of that too, and know that he couldn't be trusted with a child that's not his. Also,
so are you saying that? Okay, so I'm thinking more so that that Cersei. I don't think Cersei's gonna honor the agreement with him either.
Right.
But so you're saying that Cersei wouldn't trust him with her kid that's not his, but would marry him? Is this what just? I'm trying to put this together. I'm sorry, because I'm trying to put this together.
Maybe I'm not putting it together right either. But I just don't feel like if you know that he is so Iron Throne, bound, like all things. However, I have to get there, and whatever I have to do to stay there. I don't think that he would accept any child that wasn't his. Now, I think what you said too is if he finds out, because I wonder if she could, have sex with him and then say, "Oh, first night, it's amazing, I'm pregnant and it's yours," and lie to him. But I don't feel like he would say any child that's not of our union can live to have a claim against my heir. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
He wouldn't want a child that's not of their union to make it to adulthood and then have a claim against any heir they produce. That's what I'm trying to say.
So, but what effect would that have on whether or not they would
just get married
and so he could get on the Iron Throne?
Again, that's just me looking if the zombies don't kill them and they get married and they still there. That's just me thinking ahead.
Because even, I guess,
I still think he would marry her. I agree.
I think that he would marry her, but I couldn't see that even if Cersei thought that, because, well, she can't do any fake let's have sex now because they're going to war. So
right.
Even the time it take them to get to the fucking ocean is going to be a month, and
he already somewhere
I'm about
else.
To say so.
He already getting this.
She's going to
battle together.
Yeah, she's going to be well into her pregnancy during this time.
Ooh,
so
that's going to be weird.
Even if he said, okay, I'm going to marry you, and Cersei, I can't see Cersei being as smart as she is as the character, being as smart as she is, being as aware, being on top of the game, and being in the game for so long, that she would say, okay, I know that if he expresses, or even just knowing him, that it's important that it be your heir, and this is not going to be your heir, and I'm concerned that you're going to do something. Yeah, I think he would be dead before the wedding.
Well, that's what I was going to ask.
I was about to say, the mountain would smash his head.
Do you think she's banking on him just not making it and her not having to
I don't think she
hold up
cares.
her end of the bargain?
I don't think she cares either way because she knows she ain't doing it. So she like, shit, I could give a fuck. You could live. You could kill all the White Walkers and make it here. Slay the dragons. You still ain't getting this coochie. So now what? Like, I really see her. I don't see her as marrying him.
She's not seeing it getting to that point.
Yeah, I don't see her that even if it came all the way down to it, I just see her having a mountain smash his head in.
Never mind.
I just don't see her doing it. But one of the things I want to discuss while we're on Cersei is now that you see the way Jaime views her now as opposed to before.
Right.
When he was crazy for Cersei and would do anything, and then when she comes in and tells him like, "We're not going up there. You don't think I'm going?" boy, send the people on their way. We ain't going around there fighting no damn. Let them do it. And if they die, then that's easier for me. If they make it, then we gonna kill their ass when they come back. And he's like, wait, what?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
It seemed like he's kind of running tired of Cersei and her shit.
Yeah. And I think he is, I don't think he's Jon Snow crazy about the Walkers yet, but I think he sees them as the bigger threat right now. And I think his whole thing is, if they get through the wall, if they get to the north, all they're going to do is make more of them for us to have to fight in King's Landing. And we got to look, our wall wasn't anywhere near the size of the damn ice wall. Mm-hmm. They're going to make quick work of this. So we need to stop them while it's somewhere else before they get here. And I don't think she even sees it as a threat. She's like, let the North die, and then that'll just be easier for us to rule. And he's like, but who are you going to rule? There's not going to be anyone there.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that he's more, that it has something to do with his honor, that the fact that we agreed to do this, we sat down, we gave our word, we agreed to do it, and now we're not going to do it? We could have easily said, fuck them.
Right.
And got ready for war.
We had already said no earlier.
But we agreed and we gave our word, so now what are you talking about?
Could be. I think because he is, despite what him sleeping with his sister and everything, mm-hmm. from what Jamie has always proven, he was honorable. He had honorable intentions at times. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it could be that we gave our word. We said this is what we would do. We need to honor it.
I was kind of thinking about that because as the show's going on from season 1 to now, I was thinking like how his character has developed. Mm-hmm. However, I was also thinking, I'm like, we never really saw him be dishonorable. When he killed the king, of course he was called the King Slayer, and he even talks to Bree about that, like how he had this name. But he's like, he was burning his people.
Right.
Like, how long could I sit by while he was doing this? So it was never that he was dishonorable. It was just that it was a decision that he had to make, and it probably
popular decision.
Yeah. So I was like, wow, we never really got into that about Jamie. Yeah. So I wonder if that was it. And now he's gonna go join forces with Snow and Daenerys, which is gonna be a whole nother.
But now, do you think it's also the fact of Tyrion? I mean, him and Tyrion have always had this connection mm-hmm. that the rest of the family didn't have with Tyrion, and the fact that he believes this to be a greater threat too. Do you think he takes that word as more credible about it than Cersei's?
Honestly, I don't think it has anything to do with Tyrion with that. I mean, they saw the shit. Mm-hmm. And he's like, yeah, it kind of makes sense.
Right.
And I really don't know, but I was kind of thinking that, like, maybe it's more like, okay, we sat down, we gave our word that we're going to do this, and now we're just not going to do it, and then sneak attack them, and which was another thing I think he had a problem with, because he is a knight, he is a soldier, we go to war, we fight, but we meet up on the battlefields, right. We fight. Right. We
come straight at you.
Sneak and do all of this, and it's not war. Mm-hmm. War hasn't been declared.
Right.
Now, when they went to oh my God, the Tyrells, we at war. Y'all coming to sneak at us. This all fair game. But if we're not at war and we gave our word for peace,
be a truce.
Yeah, until we get it, we can't do this way.
Yeah.
So either we call them back and tell these motherfuckers, nah, we ain't with it. Y'all better get ready for war,
right.
Or we do what we say we're gonna do.
Yeah.
That's how I felt he was. I don't think Tyrion had a role to play in his decision with it. And
do you think it had a role in Cersei's? Do you think, because you thought she was going to honor the decision at some point, like when she first changed her mind?
Oh yeah, when she came to the meeting, I thought she was going to do it, and she said she was going to do it. I definitely thought she was going to do it.
The only reason I asked is because this Tyrion thing, like, we don't see the finish of their meeting, him and Cersei's one-on-one. Mm-hmm. Do you think Tyrion is switching sides?
With her, to her side?
Do you think?
Hell no.
Okay.
hell no. And like he said, and she
It seemed like something changed though when she told him she was pregnant. Because remember, he said, I love those kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it seemed like something changed for him towards her when she told him she was when she revealed the pregnancy.
I thought it was more so like he's seeing her as that maybe it's changing her.
Okay.
Because now you had 3 children by our brother, which weird as fuck. But you had 3 children
right.
and all 3 died while you were playing this game.
Okay.
And now you have a second chance at having children. Maybe you're not going to risk it this time. And maybe you're going to see,
Okay.
I didn't think that I don't ever think that he's going to be on her side. I mean, we saw in, what season was that? Was that season 2 when they had the fight on Blackwater?
Oh yeah, when he burned everything.
And they were in that room together, and she was telling the stories of how she used to grab his wee-wee and twist it and pinch it and like torture him. I don't ever see him going to her side.
Okay.
Jamie, yes. But her, oh no. He knows what type of woman she is. Yeah. And he knows, like, she will easily have me killed.
But then why do you think they would believe that she would actually honor the agreement? Knowing who she is. She's proven it countless seasons that she is not, and she will play dirty.
I think that, one of the part I think that that played a part in it was when you say like she rubs her stomach and I think she did it for that effect.
Theatrics.
I think she definitely wanted him to know and kind of get him like, look, I'm going to change. I think that he thought like, okay, she's pregnant, she has a second chance, and she's not going to. Maybe she's changing.
Okay.
So sad that she not. She was. I mean, at that point, I was like. No, she was like, we're not going up there. What the fuck?
And she said it so like, you ain't get the win.
Like,
you didn't see my eye twitch.
Do you really think we going up there? Fuck that bitch. Like, I ain't going up there. It came across more so.
2.5 dragons.
Yeah, it was just more so like that. I was like, oh my god. And then we got Baelish Peter.
Who told you?
Where they got together, and you did say that they were going to get together.
Victory dance on that one.
But I love when Sansa says, "I know I'm a slow learner, but I do learn." Mm-hmm. And that finally, I was like, "Finally, bitch! Finally!" Like, what the fuck? But now we see what I've been saying is that if these people start working together, if the Starks start working together and all bring in what they had going on during this time, the play, nobody can stop them. Yeah. Because when she bought, now Sansa knows the game. Arya's straight fucking killer. Like, so she like, and when they went to King's Landing and they met in the pit, and they said, well, you left Arya and them by themselves, who's taking care? He's like, oh no, it's the person that tried Arya. I'm worried about, not her. She's like, good.
Oh, Arya good.
And then you have Bran with his power. I mean, like, if they would all just get together and discuss what happened to them and what's going on, there's no way they could lose.
Well, see, okay. 2 things on that point. One, the actor Bran, he said on Twitter that they actually cut a scene where he was talking to Sansa about Baelish, right?
What happened?
But they cut it from the actual episode.
Well, because I don't think it was needed.
Exactly.
Because we know how he. Listen.
Exactly.
Your fucking brother is psychic and shit.
Exactly.
And even if you thought it, even if you saying, I think he may have. Let me go check this shit out with Bran. Like, you would just do it. So I guess some things don't need to be said because that's what I got from it too. Right. Exactly. I didn't think for a second that Sansa put that shit together.
No.
I just think she knew I got to get rid of him.
I loved the when they were standing on the wall, the 2 sisters, and we had like the whole flashback montage of them when they were talking about how much they missed their father and everything. I loved that scene. It was just like all these little bits that you forgot and the things that, people thought they were using against each other, and Baelish was trying to use against them, and they were like, no, we saw it and we know exactly how it was supposed to.
See, that's the only thing I disagree. I don't think they saw it. I don't think that they saw it before. I think that afterwards, of course, with Bran's help, that they were able to put together the pieces. But at the time that it was going on, no, I don't think they saw it. I think that Arya had it in her head, like, I'm gonna kill any motherfucker that's trying to come in between this. Only by them talking and discussing what they're going through and what they went through helps them to get on the same side.
Right.
Like, okay, this and that. But I don't think that, not for a second, that Sansa put this together, that he's playing us and he did this and he did that. And absolutely not. She just ain't that bright. She's just not, and she admits, she's like, well, I'm a slow learner, but at least I learned. And I think that what she learned was that you need to kill these motherfuckers before they kill you.
Right.
Because you can sit here and be nice, and then they're going to kill you like he did your father.
But I think it was also a thing of she learned that, just like what they said, your pack is the ones that are going to help you survive. Baelish has never been in your pack. He never loyal to anybody. He was never loyal. And no matter what, Bran ain't got the sense to be a filter and say it nicely and sweetly, but he's part of your pack. He's going to tell you the truth. He can't lie. He's the three-eyed raven. He doesn't even know how to lie now. He might have been able to lie when he was Bran, but not now as the three-eyed raven. All he knows is the current and the future to be true. So he can't lie to you. And Arya, she'll kill. What? You coming at is it about my family?
I'm about to say, yeah. Done. So I think that when they worked together and they teamed up and like, okay, Bran probably told, like, listen, Sansa, we gotta get rid of this motherfucker. Let me tell you what this nigga done did. And then I think that she's like, okay, well, Bran probably say, like, look, this is what happened or whatever. And then Sansa like, I gotta get rid of this motherfucker because I'm gonna be next. And then she like, Ari, you down for that 187? And she like, yeah, where they at? I think that they all got together, but I would have loved for them to include that in the episode.
That scene, right?
Like that is Bran told Sansa, and then Sansa getting with Ari, because even though everything was kind of implied and inferred that that's what happened, that she told her and he told her, but it would have been nice.
Because when they confronted Baelish, all the things that she said to him weren't things that she would have known, like about him throwing the lady through the eye, about him.
Well, she knew that part because she was there when
I thought the son was the one there. I didn't think she was there.
No, she was there when he pushed the aunt
off already.
No, when he pushed, because remember the aunt was going to kill Sansa because Baelish wanted her. So she was there. She saw that part, but that part she wouldn't have had a problem with because she was going to fucking throw me down there.
Right.
But she wouldn't have known that he poisoned Jon Arryn. She wouldn't have known that it was him that set the thing. It was, but that part she was there. So it was everything else. That's why I say it was kind of clear that she got the information from Bran. Because there was no way that she could have known. But yeah, that part was really good. And then,
oh Lord,
I know the big
oh God.
So I don't know which part was more. I was just so happy for. If it was
ill.
Yeah, it was the sex with Jon, because I was like,
okay,
when he went into that thing, I was like,
he just gave her the head nod. It was just no words.
Oh my, because she been falling in love with him.
Wait,
and on this podcast, I was listening to this morning. It's called Binge Mode, and they did Game of Thrones, and they were like, Mormon or whatever his name. I always get Mormon.
Yeah.
That he was like, no, you should fly back on your dragon. You don't need to get on that boat.
He knew. The motion of the ocean was gonna get it going.
Oh no, get on that fucking dragon, bitch! Like she like no, because it was clear from, I wouldn't say not maybe the first time, but the first episode where they meet, that episode made it clear that she admired him and that it was something.
Yeah.
And then when she was looking at him and as they were getting to know each other, I'm like, oh, it's all over the wall. But one thing I wanted to say, I was listening to their podcast, and that Jon Snow, they say his name was Aegon, And remember, I keep telling you, in the book, they're trying to bring her nephew to her so she can marry her nephew, and his name is Aegon.
Yeah. Well, that's one thing I was going to say. We kept saying they were siblings, but they're actually aunt and nephew. Because when
I guess they changed it for
they're Rhaegar, Daenerys, and the other brother. I can't remember, the one that the Dothraki guy killed. Mm-hmm. Those are the 3 siblings. And Rhaegar is the one that Robert killed on the battlefield. Mm-hmm. And then Daenerys and the other brother fled. Mm-hmm. Rhaegar is Jon's father with him and the Stark sister.
So that's what I was about to say. That's what they changed up in the show, which I love. And let me... for the writers, they did an excellent job with that. It was so good. But in the book, his name is Aegon, and that's what they on this podcast I was listening. They was like, how fucking weird is it that he had 2 sons with the same name?
Yeah.
Because on the show now he has 2 sons with the same name, but in the book Aegon is still alive, and they are bringing him to Daenerys, and he's to marry her. Mm-hmm. But the books end. So I guess they like, look, let's put a twist on this and make Jon Snow Aegon.
Now the second, you're saying there was 2 Aegons in the book?
No,
on the show. What happened to the first Aegon? I don't
it's
remember.
2 Aegons on the show because
where's the other one?
So Jon Snow, on the show would be his brother that he was murdered on the show.
Okay.
When the Mountain killed the kids.
Right. Okay.
Remember he killed the kids. Yes. So, but in the book, somebody sneaks him out.
Okay.
And they sneak out Daenerys, like they get out.
The 2 brothers.
Okay. So, and Daenerys is a baby too when they get her out.
Okay.
But on the show, so he's the only Aegon because the other one's dead.
Right. Okay.
So, but the way they handle that, oh my God! When I say I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it. I did like the way that they did that. Now, my only, I guess, point of contention or question, or I don't get it, is how did Bran not know till Sam told him that this marriage had taken place? You're the all-seeing, 3-eyed raven.
Well, because I didn't think that the way I took it is that he saw them in love. He saw them under the tree doing everything or whatever. But Samwell basically confirmed that it was an official marriage. It wasn't just that they were in love and had some fake thing. No, it was official. So, because Bran was like, he's not a snow, he's a sand or whatever.
Right.
And he's like, no, he ain't even a sand. He a Targaryen.
Right.
Like, full out Targaryen. But I don't think that he saw all of the details, but he could see some of it. Like, no, he's not the bastard.
That just was weird to me. I was like, so he wasn't able to know to, like, look for the marriage until Sam let him know, no, it occurred.
That it was a real marriage.
Right.
I guess that's how I took it, is that he confirmed that it wasn't just, like, I guess, so how you equate it to now, like, when certain religions, they get married or they have ceremonies and it's not anything, or me and you could go under a tree right now and say vows to each other, say we love.
I see what you're saying. Right,
but it's recorded, it was an official marriage, so Jon Snow was not a bastard.
But he didn't know, like, a maester was there
and married.
Okay.
And officially married.
And then when Sam pointed it out, it was like, oh, shit.
So he could have been, because even with that, even if he had saw, in my opinion, if he saw everything and even they were together, that Jon Snow would still be a bastard. He just would be a Targaryen bastard.
Right. A sand or whatever.
Whatever. Right. But once they are literally married, legal, then he cannot be a bastard anymore. He has to be. And how dope is that? They finally came out, and now I guess maybe they put that in there. I thought the writers put it for 2 reasons, which I guess I need to watch that episode with the behind the writer's screen. But anyway, I'll do it. For 2 reasons. One, because of the book. Like, to give people who read the book, like, look, we ain't forget about the kid.
Right.
And 2, so that maybe people could digest the whole family incest thing. So now, it's not her brother. It ain't that bad. It's a nephew. Well, that's what I was thinking. Maybe that people can handle it like, oh, okay.
Well, I think also, okay, my whole thing is I'm okay with it until they know. You know what I mean? Like, Jamie and Cersei knew from the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all was infants to teenagers. Y'all knew y'all was siblings and y'all still did this. Yes. Jon and Daenerys don't know. So it's not technically incest yet.
Technically it is.
Once you like acknowledge it, once it's said like, Jon, you know that's your auntie, right? Then it's like, oh, we can't do this no more. We're not supposed to be doing this.
So then that would be the so I guess the issue would come up that if which I can't see them in this day and time that Game of Thrones is taking place, I should say, saying that, oh, we're so deep in love, but we're going to break it off because of this. And I can't see that happen. But even if that happened, if he said, oh, I can't be sleeping with my aunt, now we have two people with conflicting claims to the throne. So he's actually the heir.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Like, given this now, who's supposed to be on the Iron Throne?
He is, because it can't pass to a woman.
Okay.
And Cersei's only there because everybody fucking dead.
Right.
And Jamie is a king's. What was that? He was the thing of the king guard. But because I forgot. But Cersei's only there because everybody dead.
Right.
So had anybody been alive, she just wouldn't be there. Mm-hmm. But it has to pass down to Jon Snow. It can't go to her. So maybe Jon Snow may say like, look, I don't want this shit, but just to make everybody happy, how about we just get married and then you could have at it, and I'm going back up north.
Going to the north.
Yeah, you could do whatever the fuck you want. I can't see him challenging her for the throne.
I don't see
it doesn't
him
say that he
challenging
wants
her because I think he's gonna be the hardest one to convince. Bran gonna have to warg into his brain and actually show him.
Look.
Yeah,
look, this shit.
I think he's really gonna be the hardest to convince that he's a Targaryen.
Or is it even necessary? So now we have to see because because they do say that. Samwell and Bran say we gotta tell Jon Snow.
Okay, question also. We send a raven for every damn thing else. Bran, why wouldn't you send a raven saying, don't have sex with your aunt? That's your aunt, don't have sex with your aunt.
Well, they on the boat, so can the ravens go to the boat?
But you knew this. Bran has known this. It's not like he knew he wasn't a Stark. Him and Sam was just like, oh yeah, I know that. He just didn't know about the wedding. What? So he didn't know he was a Targaryen. So you knew he was related. He was a bastard Targaryen.
Bastard Targaryen.
Why wouldn't you send a raven to say that?
I don't think that was. So I guess I was different because to me, just knowing that he was somebody else's bastard isn't enough to like, hey, I know you out there fighting the war. I know you killing White Walkers and shit, but stop. You the wrong person, bastard. I don't think now this is like breaking news.
So Bran didn't know that he was going to have sex with his aunt. You see the future.
Does he see the future or is the past?
He saw the present and the future.
It's
the three eyes. The three eyes.
Oh, so he sees the past, present, and the future. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But he does see the past. I never see him with the what's name. But even that, I don't think that when he found out when him and Samwell come to the conclusion,
right? Then you wouldn't send a raven. You know they on their way.
No, that would be. So I guess I disagree with you.
Talking, I would think.
That's
they already on the way. We can't send a raven. They on the boat. The raven ain't gonna find them on the boat.
I think. That's why I think they didn't do it because you got to have the maester and all of the stuff. You know how this works with the raven, right. Like this real, right? You got to have a maester for the ravens, and you can't just be sending the ravens in the fucking boat. But I think that. So I disagree with when it became important for him to know. I don't think it became important for Jon to know until they concluded that he was the heir to the throne.
He was an heir, okay.
Before then, I just don't think it was anything that pressing to tell. I don't, and then, I mean, I guess him having sex with Daenerys, whatever.
You wanted it to happen. So
shit, if they were brother and sister, I wanted them to get together. So what the fuck you think? whatever. Shit. I hope this make everybody else feel comfortable.
Call her auntie while you.
Yeah, because shit.
As long as I've been waiting for this.
And especially, like I said, like in the book, Tyrion, and is it I think it's Mormon, or I think it's him, that they actually have her nephew, and they're like, and he says, like, so you're going to take me over here so I can marry my aunt and we could take over the 7 kingdoms. And that's what their goal was, like, we're going to marry you to your aunt because this is how it has to be. So I don't see anybody having a problem with that because they know, like, the Targaryens got to marry them. I really think
the only one is going to be Jon.
Yeah, I think he's going to have.
He's going to be I need the proof, I need you to.
Because he's so hung up on being Ned Stark's son.
Yeah.
And he's really big on that.
Being a Stark has defined him so much, and from what Daenerys really is the only one who has proven to be a different Targaryen from what he's always been told. You know what I mean? Like, he always knew of the Mad King. He always knew of, just they weren't.
Well, it was only that
people.
One. No, it was only the Mad King that was the cray cray.
Everybody else were. Cool. All the other Targaryens he's ever known was cool. But I mean, he's always known bad things, because remember it was like
the Mad King was the war. Yeah, so that was everything.
Burning people.
But he tells her already, he like, we're not our fathers.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna hold that against you. But it was only the Mad King who was the cray cray.
We ain't our fathers, not realizing, that's my uncle. This is your brother.
Shit, they could have had the same damn father. I wouldn't care. Y'all need to get together and make these baby dragons. I'm ready. So now,
have dragons?
I think she's gonna have a baby.
Because I think she's gonna have a baby.
And when she says that, because they made sure to put that in there, when she says, "I can't have children."
I don't know nothing about birthing no babies.
And he like, you ain't get the snow yet. Oh my God, I can so see it.
You gonna get the snow, the sand, and everything.
Oh my God! So what if she's already pregnant? Like, what if once they get to Winterfell or get wherever, and she's pregnant, she gonna be like, "Oh yeah, Jon Snow, you need to fucking marry me because you done got me knocked up." Nap. That's right, Daenerys. Make sure you say it just like that. Nap.
Oh Lord!
But I can definitely.
But do you think they're gonna tell them as soon as they step off the boat? Because this was another thing we've heard discussed, like who's going to tell them first? Oh, by the way, y'all related. And will it be like obvious that they've been together or they are together? They going to come off the boat skipping and holding hands and be like,
oh, I think that.
Oh, we can't tell them just.
I was about to say, I could see that happening, that once they return and they're like, oh, fuck.
They done did it.
Yeah, like, what we gonna do now? Like, what are we gonna do?
They ain't gonna believe us. They ain't gonna want to stop boning. What we gonna do? It matter? Do we need to tell them they auntie and nephew? Do we have to?
Or maybe it might make it better for them, because if anybody wanted to challenge Daenerys' claim to the throne, or say like, we're not following a woman, they could say, oh well, here go fucking Jon Targaryen, Aegon Targaryen, the 29th. And he's because all of them would name Aegon or whatever.
Right.
And y'all, all right, y'all cool with following this mouth? Oh my God. How did I not see this? That's the whole thing with the 2 dragons. Because now she rides one, he rides one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. So when they go back to war, he's going to be on a dragon. Watch.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be interesting.
Fucking 2019, let's go. Fuck 2018. Ain't nothing happening in that year. Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. It's so many theories floating around. Everybody
definitely could see that. And that
I could definitely see them each having
a dragon.
Getting a dragon. And even if they don't, like you said, I like your theory too about them marrying just to solidify the claim to the throne. Like, this is just a marriage in name only.
I think they're going to have such a problem with. They're going to have such a problem with Jon.
That's going to be the one.
And then maybe the decision. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, maybe the decision. Like, listen, we at war. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Let him think he Jon Snow until we finish.
Because then you got Sansa, Arya. He's gonna want them in his close council. Those are his people. Mm-hmm. And then they're gonna be like, no, Targaryens. Stick with Targaryens. it's gonna be a mess.
I don't think it's gonna go that way.
You don't think
like
so?
anymore because Daenerys is not of that life.
Okay.
She doesn't know that whole thing like they have in King's Landing and West. She doesn't know any of that actually. Right. That's why she got Tyrion, because she doesn't know how all of that works. So I can't see her with being as unconventional as she is, that she would say, "Oh no, I gotta have only Targaryens."
Well, I don't think it's necessarily them. I think Sansa and Arya and them are gonna be the ones who are like, "Well, how you in our pack and you a Targaryen? You can't be a Stark. You can't."
Well, technically, he would be both, because he's their cousin too.
Yeah, but is it the mom? I don't know. It's gonna be so crazy.
So you my cousin?
You my cousin brother?
Cousin brother?
So they're saying the new season, each episode is going to be like a little mini movie on
like 2.5 hours,
hour and a half to 2 hours.
See, and episode. I keep saying I don't like that. I just don't, because I'd rather be 1 hour and get us 10.
Right. But then I don't want them to have to like, if it's going to be like this season where it's like every episode matters, no wasted time. Don't be giving me these hour and a halves and it's like, or giving me 10 episodes and 2 of those is throwaways just because you wanted to stretch it out. No, give me a power 90.
Oh, I don't think we ever getting throwaways again on Game of Thrones, because
I hope not.
It's the end. And now, well, hold on, let me not say it like that, because it was supposed to be the end this year, so it may not be the fucking end. But those writers, they came with it.
Yeah.
For shit, at some point, I'm like, shit, y'all should have left the fucking book alone. Like, and just one off. They really came with it. Yeah. Like, for this episode. Oh my gosh. What was the other part that was really Oh, we saw Greyjoy.
Oh,
finally step up and he beats that man up. I'm like, oh my god.
Okay, it's
because when funny. They need them.
Yeah, it's don't hurt. Like, I know he don't have balls. He don't have cock or balls.
Yeah. Okay. So what would hurt?
But it's still like, if somebody needs you in your vagina, you just be like.
But I have a vagina.
I don't.
He doesn't have a vagina.
I've never been neat, but he's got to have a pee hole, right?
I don't know how that works. Honestly, I don't know.
It was just so like, so nothing? All of nothing?
I guess
I enjoyed the visual.
I didn't take it. So I guess, because somebody else was saying that, I guess one of these, I listen to so many fucking podcasts, let me tell you. It's ridiculous. But I took it more so as just for, the show purpose. Like, normally you need a man and his nuts and you got him and they going down, and it was like, I ain't got no nuts, so now you need, so maybe it hurts, because I got kicked in my
but
cooch.
It's not taking the wind out of you.
Yeah, a boy kicked me in my cooch one time and I didn't fall or anything. It was like, alright, like it just wasn't. But
with like adrenaline and stuff going, I was about to
say, but I think that was that they wanted to have that effect, like the show that it didn't,
that
or whatever.
Of
as opposed,
no
feeling,
right.
But I think that to your thing that probably did. Feel
I was
something,
glad
but it just he didn't go down.
It'll be interesting to see where they catch Euron in his travels.
And then they gonna have an all-out war.
But then he gonna have all of the damn people.
The sister.
Well, I'm assuming he ain't leaving her nowhere. She with him. She on his boat.
Oh.
He ain't. I don't think he would leave her on the island because she has so many people that were loyal to her that they would help her. So he's like, I don't think he would leave her anywhere because people on the island would be loyal to her and let her go. So she has to stay with him under his watch. In his prison.
So then they need to go, oh my God, so then they got to go find him.
Right, on his way to get this gold army and transport them back over for Cersei.
Yo, Cersei.
So he going to have to get them before they get there.
Cersei saw that chick. She is, because she like.
If she wasn't so horrible, you would want to be just like.
This bitch came with this army that she bought. I'm about to get me one too. What the fuck? I'm not, not making friends with none of y'all in Westeros. Whatever. Fuck you too. Go get me some more people to fight. Because that's what Jamie's saying. Like, what are you talking about? Like, that's not something that they do. Right. You don't hire people to fight.
Yeah.
Your people fight. And then she like, yeah. And this bitch came here with these people.
And that was interesting too. The whole talk with Braun and Jamie about why the Unsullied fight. He was like, you fight for pussy. You fight for glory to get better pussy. Like what are they fighting for?
Oh my God, because they just trained. They born, bred, everything to fight. But this is going to be, I'm just so sad. It's over.
Yeah, you got 2 years. Almost. I'm hoping they'll wait that long. Is it filming now? Do we know? Have they started filming already?
I don't know. After that episode, I was like, and then you just see the wall. I'm like, you cannot leave me here.
So are we going to get like the visual of the ice dragon and the fire dragon? Like,
I'm sure that's going to happen. Yeah. I'm sure that's going to happen because I could see her and John riding in on their dragons against him. So it seems like Cersei basically leaving them out to go fight them. Then once they finish fucking these people up, the dead people, now they got to turn around and go this way to fight. Right. And she's going to be ready because now she done had all this time to prepare. And now they got Jamie. Which Jamie, I'm about to say Jamie, but Jamie isn't really, he's good for them in the battle against the White Walkers, of course, because he's well with the sword. He's good with the sword. But he's no good to them as far as Cersei, because he doesn't even know what she's doing anymore.
Right.
And he doesn't have any control over her like before where he did have some control. So, I mean,
that's what really
he could basically die.
That's what really surprised me with her letting him leave, because you pretty much told him your plan of we not going here, we going to get Euron left to go get the arm, and then you let him leave to go tell the other people your plan.
Oh, he definitely called her bluff. Or do you think that
was the? I wonder if that was her
plan.
If there's some other reach around she doing.
I was thinking more so that she didn't believe that
he would leave.
He would. And then she's like, oh, so you going now get him. And he like, oh, you really going to let this motherfucker kill me? Now do it. And it was both like, what do they call a game of chicken? Like, who going to go first? And then he just walks off. And she's like, okay, what do I do? I don't want to kill him. I love him. Like, that's my brother. Oh, and now she may turn it into, well, let him tell. And now we got to change our plans
our strategy.
But I don't think that he's going to tell them.
I was wondering that
I think he's just going to say she's not coming.
Right. She's not going to help.
Exactly.
Not that she's going to get this whole other army.
Because he still loves her and doesn't want them to come after her. Because right now they could go fuck her up real quick. Yeah. She's all alone.
And the other visual I thought was very interesting was when he was leaving King's Landing and we saw the snowflakes. Was that the winter is here kind of thing?
Oh, it's been winter is here all season.
But I mean, was this like the moment where, okay, they've breached the wall, they've officially crossed over? Like, was winter the White Walkers? Winter is coming, winter is coming, winter is here. And it was like, okay, they're here because they're bringing winter with them and they breached the wall, and that's why you're getting these snowflakes in King's Landing.
So it's just symbolic of that.
I'm wondering.
Well, winter is coming is just symbolic of like the bad times are coming.
Right.
And what season was? I think it was the first. It had to be first because
we got it from the beginning. Yeah.
And he was like, and he tells Arya, he tells all of them like, you never known winter. You've only seen summer. Because the seasons last for years and decades. Right. And he's like, you know, winter's coming.
And we know the last time they had that bad war was over 20 years ago when they
with the winter. Exactly. So I think that it's just symbolic of like, when anytime the bad times coming and we need to prepare. And maybe the snow falling is like, okay, y'all thought that was winter.
Because we've never seen it in King's Landing, snow.
Y'all thought that shit was winter.
Right.
No. Right. Now here come the fucking winter.
You thought the fight for the throne was winter. Like,
this real winter.
These motherfuckers done breached. Oh my God. And there you go.
See, but then I need at least 2 to 3 more seasons.
You ain't getting that.
Because I need 1 season of them battling the White Walkers, right? Then I need one season, maybe not a whole season. So I could do a half a season.
Okay.
White Walkers and then the Throne. Then I need a season of
Peace and Tranquility.
No. I need a season of Daenerys ruling the throne and seeing like what happens during that time, like who comes to challenge,
right,
or whatever, and then
it ain't gonna be nobody left. Who gonna come challenge?
Oh, it's always somebody. It is always.
Everybody gonna be a dead zombie.
It's always somebody watching. They waiting, and then we can see what's the name, and then we're gonna get the battle between the Mountain and the Hound.
Yeah. Which we saw them like, oh, you want to square up?
And he looking at him like, the fuck is, what are you now?
Right.
And
you let them do this to you, brother?
Yeah, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why would you? Dumbass. Oh. But we can definitely see that's gonna come. It's gonna be.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was a very good season. I've enjoyed this one, and yeah, I think everybody's gonna be waiting with bated breath till 2018, 19, whenever they
gotta come back at 18. They gotta come back at 18. All right, so that was one of the finales, and it took they ain't going time. Oh, and you listened to my the West. Oh, they were so funny. Wester Bros. Yes. They were hilarious.
They have a lot of good theories and things. They retweet a lot, like I do too.
Oh my god, it was really good. But so then the other one was
Power.
Oh, I guess we should get into. Did anything good happen? No, so we could get into Power, and then I guess we'll just leave it with them two, unless we get something else. I just watched. Oh yeah, of course everybody watched it last night. I was about to say I just watched it last night, but I watched it last night, and
did you love it? No, because you wanted 50 Cent to die.
No, I don't think I wanted him to die like as the character or anything. I told you I just wanted him to die so it could be like nobody's indispensable on the show,
right?
And it had to be somebody important. I don't think anybody else is important enough except Ghost Tommy and now him.
Yeah.
But as far as he is to the show, because we see him all over Instagram and Twitter saying it's his show. And then Irv Gotti, like, that's actually not your show. You didn't create it. You don't write it. You don't produce it. You just, like, executive producer, like you gave some money or whatever.
Right.
So I would have liked to see them, like, kill him off and say, like, listen, no matter who you are, you're not indispensable on this show. As far as a character, I really care.
Yeah.
And full disclosure, which I'm sure I said before, I'm not crazy like about Power. I'm not a Power fanatic. My BFF friend, she loved the show, and so when we were together, I'm like, okay, it's every month she like want to talk about the show. I'm like, let me just watch the fucking show so I could talk about the show with her. But it's not bad. It's not bad show.
I didn't watch the first 2 seasons at all.
And I was about to say, I watched it.
I got tired of everybody telling me, you need to watch Power.
Power, yeah. And I was like, oh, let me watch it. But it's not.
So then I watched it, and I got into it. But as we talked about before, there's certain things about it that annoyed me.
Right.
But, yeah. But I am here for the, as I like to call it, #3 the hard way. Because we've never seen the 3 of them, the 3 amigos, like
together and back in
cahoots.
Game. Yeah.
And when we came in on season 1, Kanan was in jail. He was mad with Gold. So we've never seen what got them to being the 3 amigos. Mm-hmm. So I'm here for the get down and they all have the common enemy. They finally put it together. Like, oh wait, that nigga Dre was yours too? Oh, and he okay. This is our common
and yeah, enemy. I was talking about like my issue with the writers and how they flesh out the stories and that they don't do a great job. With them coming to the conclusion of Dre, it was literally like how you just said, like, oh, that nigga Dre, oh, then there was nigga Dre, and then it was like, so we done spent the whole season on seeing Dre being able to
manipulate
and put everybody against each other and get around and people not find out, and then
2 seconds put it together.
Exactly. I would have liked the story to flesh out more, maybe with because remember Tariq goes right to Dre, like, I know you know him or whatever, but they never talked to Tariq about Dre part and was he around or whatever. So I would have liked it to take more time and build up and then come to the conclusion that it's Dre.
Yeah. As
opposed to the way they did. And you know my problem with the writers. But this was a good episode. I think it was really good. Oh my God, when Ghost got back in killing action, I was like,
he put on his ninja outfit.
He was out in them streets and it was just like, Pam, I know you killed my daughter. I'm like, damn, you ain't gonna do no investigation first?
When he stapled that motherfucker to the chair, I was like, oh. Ooh.
You're not gonna get a detective, nobody. You just gonna go out.
It wasn't funny. God forgive me for laughing, but I had to laugh when he was like, "So you gonna tell me that you ain't had nothing to do?" And then all of a sudden, dude just burst out, "Oh well, I killed Julio. I'm here about Raina." What?
You just confessing about him?
You just confessing the other shit now? That was I was like,
I don't give a fuck about him. But I guess that part I love that. I love both ways. I love that he didn't really do too much investigation into the shit. Like, I don't give a fuck, and that maybe like now I'm like kind of off of that. What's his name? Jamie shit. This straight Ghost, where I don't even ask questions. I'm just going to kill these motherfuckers, and then I'll figure out what happened later. So I like that part of it when he was getting into the killing.
I thought he was about to punch Lorenz Tate in the face in the church when the pastor was trying to.
That part I didn't like, and we were just talking about. We were just talking about that. I didn't like that part because to this point we haven't really got the backstory on Lorenz Tate and who he is, and anything about him really. Right. We can both agree that it's something up with him. Right. Especially because Lorenz Tate ain't been doing shit since Love Jones. And they got him out on the show. He was in
Girls Trip, thank you.
Oh, he was? Okay.
Yeah. If you stop watching TV and watch something else once in a while.
So, I'm like, definitely he got to be important.
But he wouldn't take a big character.
Exactly.
Right. You're right.
But he gets to the church and he tells Ghost like, "Oh, we're gonna have your daughter funeral and we're gonna film." And he like, "No, the fuck you not. That's my daughter." And then he gets up and you gonna do what's the name? And then Ghost just agrees, and it's like, huh? It's like without any backstory, you can't see this character. You can't see Ghost being a character he is. And being on some murder shit right now, where he just don't give a fuck, that he wouldn't have reacted differently.
Right.
He's not of his right mind. Well, if I was the writers, this how I assumed it was going down in the writer's room. Like, he's not in his right mind now. All that other shit is out the window. I can't see him just allowing him to talk to him and then getting him to agree to film his daughter and all of this other stuff. Yeah. And Ghost just be like, all right, I got it.
I agree.
Like, it was just so hard. I think that's really because
he was way more forceful with the pastor to me than he was with Tate. He was when the pastor was telling him about, oh, we'll put people outside and we'll have. He was like, pardon my language, pastor, but what the? And I was like,
I just didn't think that part to me, it just didn't. It wasn't. It was bad writing because it should have been. They could have, that scene could have happened if we had some backstory. And my friend was saying, like, what if he's like a ghost but from a different town, or what if he was somebody, but to kind of put that in there so we can know what's going on with him, as opposed to just like, oh, he punking Ghost now.
Yeah, because we don't see like with and maybe that's what the writers are trying to do, because we know Ghost so well. We can tell when Jamie is there and when Ghost takes over. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's what we're not supposed to see with Tate, is when he is the councilman and when he's actually taking off he takes off the mask and he's showing you his real self.
But who
we
is
don't
he?
know. That's the thing. We don't know. But maybe we're supposed to infer, like, but I don't want to
infer that he's
another.
You got to give us some Blue's Clues.
Right. Blue's Clues. Shut up.
Before we could get to that point, like, it gotta be.
It can't just be dirty councilman. It can't just be he on the take. It's gotta be something else. But
it's not enough. It's just not enough. So
I'm gonna tell you, I like Kanan. I like Jamie. I'm here for Tommy.
oh my god,
He is the star of the show.
I like Tommy.
Tommy is the crazy. When he was sick, I'm gonna tell you, Jamie crying for Raina, I wasn't beat for it. When Tommy was sitting in that car, barely holding it in, and when a Ghost gets in and he was like, I know what we gotta do, brother. I was like, see?
Oh, they packed together.
And it was like a one glory tear rolled down his cheek. I was like,
so,
oh, it's
I'm
about
like,
to be over. Because he was
together.
ready to get out and fuck Angela up. Just from the car. And Ghost looked at him like, don't you get out that car. Just let me handle this.
Oh, my
Tommy,
God.
I love it. I love the way he plays him. I love that we don't have to know, is this the Tommy or is it, no, he Tommy all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I just love that. And I'm going to love the dynamic between the three of them, I think. Because Tommy and Kanan are on 100, ready to murk a nigga always. And is
now
Jamie
Ghost is
gonna
at that.
stay that's what
Oh,
I'm
I'm about to
wondering.
say, he
gonna
in that
stay
mode
that
now.
way, or is he going to be full of... Like, what's going to be most important to him now? Getting the killers, preserving the business, just getting Dre, saving the Jimenez. What's going to be the most important to him now? Because that's going to be determine how he moves. Whereas Tommy and Kanan are all about...
I think that now, especially now, we have to, because we have to discuss, of course we're going to discuss, Tariq killing somebody now.
Yeah.
So now you have my son in a position and have an effect on his life that I can't take back. It's nothing we can do.
Mm-hmm.
And my fucking daughter was murdered behind this shit.
Yeah.
You done came to my family. I just want them to see. I need the writers to go more into that. Fuck everything. I don't give a fuck about a business, a club, or whatever. And then Tasha comes in and picks up the pieces, like holds everything together while he gets this out of his system. Because we need him to go full.
But how's Tasha gonna do that? She gonna be arrested. That was her gun. They know it's her gun because when they came there and got everything out the house, she opened up the thing, surrendered it. They took it to the lab.
Oh, and
we
that
know
bitch
they checked
Angela.
the ballistics.
Yeah, she was like, check the ballistic. But
So
even if
they
she get
gonna
arrested,
say,
I see her making bail.
As soon as they get, okay, you make bail, bitch. You gonna be on trial for murder. So your mama and your daddy gonna have for murder.
Yeah, that's true. But I
And
can see
a
her
cop. How they gonna prove that this guy killed Raina?
was dirty.
Is Tariq gonna tell? How he gonna tell and then say you weren't involved in any way?
Well, maybe he will come up because once he see his mother in it, I don't know. But I can see her making bail.
I can see her making bail.
And then she can hold the
then they
businesses together.
We gonna see because they ain't
'Cause
got
she-
no money now. How they gonna make bail when they got two matching bullets? They got the bullet out the wall and the bullet out Ray that match your gun that you
Well, everybody
produced.
entitled to bail. But
In New Jersey. This is not New Jersey.
in New York too. In New York. But I could see her being, because it seems like she's really, which I like when they do more, that she's really strong and that this isn't going to have her being arrested because she's basically taking the weight. Like, I'm putting myself in this position. I could have literally just sat back and wait for them to come in the door. I don't want to do that. I'm putting myself in this position so y'all can't come to my family. So I can't see her being too distraught about being arrested or being whatever. I can see her being able to, and I would love, please listen, writers. I know y'all don't listen, but I'm if y'all do, if y'all just happen, please let her maintain that strength and to be that person.
Yeah.
I love that about her character is that she's a strong person. I want her to be arrested, bail out, and then still be holding up everything while Ghost, you go handle that. And then when you, Tommy and Kane, y'all finish, then we're gonna, form back like Voltron, like we were back in the day. But no, I really want her to stay and maintain that.
I agree with you in a way.
Mm-hmm.
I want her to definitely maintain her strength. But I also, I guess because I always on my men ain't shit thing, but I want them to show the comparison of how she held Ghost down and his version of holding her down when she needs him. They're not going to be on the same level. she's gonna have to be way stronger than he was. When she was out and having to keep the family together, find a way to keep the kids in school, find a way to make the mortgage and da 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 da. I don't see him being able to handle those two things the way she did. And I would like to see that comparison.
I think that we definitely, not even that, because when they had Angela come to his house and the way, I don't know if he treated her the way he did to kind of put her off and like get her out of his way, like let me act nice to her, like I was gonna say, talk to me nice, like let me talk to her nice and get her,
Raina had died.
Yeah, and she come to the house and he like, all right, and give her a kiss on the cheek, like let me act like everything cool, because I don't even want her around or anything, and if I diss her, then she's gonna want to talk and explain. So let me just do this real quick to get her out of the way. Yeah. Or is he still like, oh yeah, I appreciate you getting me arrested, but then helping me get out of jail and this and that, and we could probably talk about a relationship later, because that shit I'm not here for.
No,
I do not want to see that.
Did you catch when Tasha went to Angela and she said when Jamie, I was like, did this bitch just let the cat out the bag? Because remember, Angela still was under the impression Tommy
is Ghost, yeah.
And Tasha just gave the whole fucking caboodle right to her. You think she ain't... Angela gonna flash back on it. Maybe she let it fly.
And say like, oh, I know that was Ghost. But she gonna be like, okay, now we know who Ghost is. Now we know... Like, come on. Because then what is she gonna do? What is she going to do with that information? Is she going to go back to her job and say, oh, I think y'all going down the wrong path, that it's actually Jamie?
Right. No, she's just going to have to keep it under her hat and let it, just like what she did with old dude, find a way to make it,
come out on
spin around and come out on its own and get somebody killed.
Oh, no. What did you think about the scene when after Tariq killed the guy, and so Tasha steps in and tells him, like, okay, change your coat. And then she takes him home and tell him what to do or whatever. One of the things I found funny is that they had, like, the whole drawer full of peroxide and toothbrushes. Just for this purpose. Just for this purpose. Like, we're prepared. Yes. We don't have, like, one or two. We have a whole drawer full.
It was funny. That's why she specifically told him, go to my bathroom. Because that's where all of the... Get rid of the murder shit.
Oh my God.
It did make me laugh. But I don't know.
What did you think about the scene with him? I mean, as far as the dynamic between her and the son during that exchange from the time she comes?
I thought it was he's been blaming them for so long, not being truthful with him, not being and I think he finally sees like, oh, this is what y'all been hiding? Like, oh, we was getting away with murder shit? Like, okay, mom knows all these steps to hide whether you've been, doing this stuff. This is what they were keeping from me. And then I saw him revert back to that child when he's explaining. He was like, no, I had to do it, Mom. You understand that, right? He hurt Raina. I had to. And it's like, you've done it. You don't have to explain nothing now. I saw him revert back to that little kid.
I think it was, I was like more so because it seems like even though the father, now he's aware of who the father is that he still saw his mother as the innocent mom, homemaker, taking us to school or whatever. And I think that he's like, if it was one of them, he's like, yeah, niggas get shot every day. Like, this shit just happened. Right. And I think with him, he's like, oh, I don't want her to be mad at me or be upset. Like, and she like, all right, let me tell you what to do. Like, listen, I've been down here to this block before. Yeah.
And he still seems to, and they didn't go into it, I guess. I know this episode was literally only an hour. They ain't go over. Because he still seems to be angry with his father, though. Because when he was at Ray Ray's apartment, remember, Jamie was the first one to come in. And he runs up to him, hugs him, he don't have nothing to say. But as soon as Tommy walks in, he's explaining to Uncle Tommy. And then when Mom comes, like, he still seems to not trust his father, to me. At least that's what I took from that scene. Where he was the first one here. You doubted his intentions, and he was the first one on the scene, running up the stairs, making sure you were okay, and you have nothing to say. Maybe it was still a shock from your actions, you could say. But when Tommy came in, he immediately was Uncle Tommy. I had to kill him. He killed Raina. Why wouldn't you say the same thing to your father, explaining what you were doing there? So I don't know. I still think there's something a dynamic
weird
with him and his father.
And I was I was about to say, because my friend, that was her same thing. Is like, what's up with him and Ghost still? Like, does he? You know, at this point, you would think that he's over it. You know, saved my life, and you know, did all of that, and he's still like, nah, motherfucker, that don't change it.
Yeah. I think there may be a change. The only time I think there may be a change is when he see 3 the hard way. He'll be like, oh, wait. The 2 motherfuckers that I trust, y'all trusting him again? Because Kanan was the one who poisoned him on his father so much. Mm-hmm. So now, if I'm, like I said, this is going to be interesting to see if if Tariq is going to see the 3 of them interacting. Kanan and Tommy sitting on the couch plotting and planning with Ghost.
You know what I mean? Like, can I get in? Let me in.
Can I get on the lick? I still don't think. I'm like, who was making up these words?
Well, that's my problem with the writing, is that it's dated. So that a lick, okay, I know what a lick is, but it's like, it's 2017.
Say that, right.
And then I kind of say, well, they're older, so maybe, like, I can understand Ghost, Kanan, or Tommy saying it.
Right.
I can't understand the younger ones.
Right.
Because I don't even say that, and I'm young, so.
And then
I'm old, not young. I'm about to say, no, I'm not young. I'm not young people. I'm like 50.
And didn't I tell you that little girl's going to show up soap opera age? How she jumped to be 6 or 7, sitting up there speaking whole sentences?
Oh my God, my friend said the same thing. She like, I said, because where the fuck she been at? She said, growing. You see how grown she was? Last season she was a baby. Now she dead.
As our friend Mia said, soap opera age. When they come back in season 5, wherever their season 5 may be, that bitch going to be a teenager.
I just wish honestly, they could have just wrote her out of the story. Just wrote her out of the story and left it alone.
I'm like, whole sentences? Where'd your brother go? He left. He said he was going to be back. He had to go with his friend. Bitch, you sick.
Because how?
Shut up.
What? Because was she supposed to be? My friend was saying, because honestly, I ain't done seen the damn girl all season, but my friend said she was there this season. So she's saying, but last season she was a baby.
Yes.
And she's like, she was here this season. And
the one time I remember seeing her this season was the mother was. They said something about they sent the kids. They sent her to
Big Mom. Well, they said they sent her.
Right.
We ain't see them off of.
But we saw like Tasha, like picked her up out the crib.
Okay.
And was like, they gotta go with their grandmother, because I think it was like when Ghost first got arrested or something, and Tasha had to go and run around trying to, like, she had to run to the safe and all of that stuff. I think that was when we saw her. And we ain't seen that bitch since. You know how long Ghost was in jail?
Yeah, but that's so. I was like, they could have just got rid of her.
Yeah, she wasn't.
But she just said like
talking full sentences when we saw her. She was coming out of a damn crib still.
Yeah, they could just get. Yeah, they could just write her off.
No, we already lost one.
Look, just get rid of her. Just get rid of her. Don't even mention her again.
All of a sudden, Raina gonna come back.
See, that's
as a 6-year-old.
Like, I mean, I just wish they would have just like they just need to do better at the writing.
Yeah.
I like the scene with Tariq in the bathroom, and then when he's looking in the mirror and this and I'm like, I guess he's basically like, it's like a point of no return. I can't go back now.
Yeah.
I am this person.
Yeah. That was the most unrealistic thing when Tasha said to him, wash until his day is gone. And I'm like, he ain't never gonna be able to shake this day. His twin sister died, and he killed someone. Oh no, I thought she was saying it basically to get rid of evidence, gun residue, all of that. Like wash twice. No, I understood that, but to me the phrasing was like, it was almost like a If I had to equate it with one thing, it was like, you know, wash that man right out of your hair. Calvin gonna take me away. Like, you're washing all the bad vibes, the everything bad that's happened to you today, you're gonna stay in the shower and wash until it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I heard it. It was like everything you've done, it didn't happen. It's going down the drain. So you didn't kill anybody. You know what I mean? Like you didn't do any of that. And then we see Tasha going to the lawyer, and because she knows that she's gonna be the one arrested for it.
Which
the lawyer was so
oh
funny.
my God.
I can't be your lover and your I want to know who wrote that line. Now, writers, if you're listening, please let me know who wrote that line, because I want to send him a big box of black roses, because that shit was death.
That was
I can't be your lawyer.
I was like, I thought he was
lover.
gonna say like, yeah, you know I can't represent you because me and you messing around. But I guess they wanted to get to the part where she would have to make a choice in the relationship.
Right. Well, okay, I'm good with that, but
I don't know. I didn't. Well, I wasn't good with the whole scene, and at all.
Right.
Unless he's fucking Johnny Cochran reincarnated, I really wasn't good with the whole scene, and that's the only way I'm just like kind of wrapping my head around it. Like, okay, he's supposed to be really good,
right?
And
right.
Proctor, not Turtle,
not Turtle.
Proctor got him for a ghost. And so I'm like, well, this is the only way I can see this making sense, that she would go to him,
right,
as opposed to anybody else.
Right.
Or was it intentionally? Well, I doubt she knew that he couldn't represent her if he was messing around with her. I doubt she knew that.
I agree.
So
I
just don't see why she would have won. I don't know.
Not necessarily. She probably thought they could still keep boning, but I think she figured, okay, he gonna have a stake in this game because he has feelings for me. Mm-hmm. So whereas, y'all got his B+ game. I'm getting the A++ on the Duracell Max Life game because he want this pussy and he want me to live and be outside an innocent woman. So going to Proctor, all he got in the game is getting a check and getting like. I don't know that he has as much skin in the game.
Or not even Proctor or anybody else.
Any other lawyer, right?
Yeah. Because I'm like, I don't know if she, that's what I was saying. I just, so maybe like she thought like, oh, he's really going to help me.
Yeah.
Because
once I'm free, we can go back to boning.
She thinks we in love.
Yeah. Well, no, he said it. He told her he was in love with her. That made me mad too. I bet the same writer wrote that.
That was this episode.
Yes, when he came to. First of all, when he showed up at the house, when all of the family and stuff was there, and she said, "We're gonna go talk," and they go into the room, and she hugs him, and da da da. And he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know what you're going through." Da da da. And he was like, "But Tasha, I love you, and we can." If you know something, I have investigators, and we can find the person who did this.
I thought he said I'm in. That's what I was saying. Like they're not in love, or
he said I love you.
But love isn't in love. There's a difference.
I recognize that. I don't know that in that moment.
That's what not think.
He wasn't.
Yeah, this writing sucks because I was saying like
you think he would have said like I'm falling in
love.
No,
I didn't think he said it I didn't think that he said it at all. But when you said, that's what I got. Like, oh, he said, like, I'm in love with you and I want to be with you. That's what I took it as. But I don't.
Well, I did get the I want to be with you part because then he also says to her, well, where's Jamie? If you know Jamie out doing something illegal, you need to stop it because y'all are being scrutinized heavily right now. Mm-hmm. And anything that he does, they're gonna find out about it. And he told
and then
her,
he said, "I want to be with you."
And he said, "I love you, and we can go. I have investigators. I can take you, and we can go and find out who did this." He didn't say, "Come move in, and we'll be, together."
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, damn, I know I'll be paying attention. But
it sounded to me like he was like, "If you choose me, I'll take you away from this, and we'll find out who murdered your daughter."
I thought he was just offering that because he loved her. Like, well, not loved, even if he didn't, he did love her. Well, no, because, so love and love, two different things. Right. But I love people, and I have like our mutual friend Mia. I love her. And I would want, if something happened and she needed my help, I would be there because I love her. Where it might be a person I like, I'm like,
right.
And I'm not gay. I don't want to be with her. I love her as a friend. Like, that type of. So I guess maybe I need more Blue's Clues. Just put the paw on whatever y'all trying to make me get. Because that's what I was asking. Like, and he said he wanted to be with her. Because even with him saying, well, I know investigators or whatever, it's like, I want to help you find out what happened to your daughter. Not so we could be together or anything. It's just because that's the right thing to do for somebody, and especially if you love them,
right?
And then even when he asked about Jamie, I didn't take it. I never took it that he was in love, or that they were in love. I shouldn't say he was in love because they both need to participate.
I don't think she in love and like.
I think that she was in like, and I think that she was really because it was. Different than what she had, but I didn't see them as being in love or being together or anything, and that's why I'm trying to figure out where were they going with this end scene with her and him, and that's why I was saying like maybe if she knew she couldn't mess with her lawyer, she like this would be a way to end this, and to get the suspicion off of anybody else in my family, so it'll take care of everything because I can end this relationship with him too.
I know it was 2 weeks ago, but in the scene in the last episode, didn't she have this whole discussion with him about her plan on staying with Jamie until the real estate deal was done and then they could be together?
I don't know.
If I remember correctly, they had that whole discussion.
I'm about to say because she wanted to be with everybody.
Because remember, she was there with him when the baby was getting killed, when Raina was getting murdered. And if I remember correctly, she was having this whole, I'm staying with James because when this real estate deal is done, I can make my own way with my settlement from the divorce. So and then we can be together. So I thought she was lying then, though. I didn't think she ever had any plan on being with him. I thought she always saw him as a means to an end of just.
I'm about to say because she wanted to be with the young kid. Everybody, I was about to say she just wants something different. So I don't be taking anything.
50 Cent always call her.
Yeah, because she is. Anybody that pay her, well, I guess they should also. Because what I was gonna say, let me finish. And I listen to these things, and I'm like, you never finished the damn sentence. Anybody that pays her attention, she basically head over heels about and want to move on with. But I wish they would put that into the writing. Is that how neglectful he's being towards her, and that while she's having all of these things, and show him like, look, go shopping, you go get Lala, Keisha, whoever the fuck her name is, y'all go shopping, or won't y'all go away on a trip, or things like that, and spoiling her with the things that people usually equate with being happy. And she's like, but I'm still lonely. I'm still wanting attention. And her trying to get his attention, and he's not having it. I think we saw that in the season when he first started messing around with Angela, that she was trying. But now it just seemed like anybody say hi to her and they a male, she like, oh my God.
Right, because
I'm in love.
It always seemed like in season 1, like, if it was not for Angela, they were happy. You know what I mean? Like, they made it seem like they were happy, they were in love, they were a happy family. And then this person from the past, the one that got away, came back, and that threw it all askew. But I'm wondering, were they this philandering couple the whole time?
Were they really?
And it was
happy?
just never like, no feelings. We fuck whoever we want to fuck, we together, you do you.
I don't know if I would think it was. I'm sure he probably was messing around before, but it seemed like they were just marriage of comfort. Convenient. Like and comfort. Like, I know you. Yeah. You know me. You know my dirt. Right. I don't got to worry about anybody else trying to hide. I don't have to try to hide who I was or the selling the drugs part. You know everything, and I could just. This is cool. We got the kids. It's cool. Right. It's easy. And then because even when he wanted to go get with Angela, it was like, I'm leaving all of that stuff behind, and now I'm gonna be this person.
Right.
So it
Right.
would have had to only be him making the decision to leave everything behind or mess with Lala, because she the only other one that know everything he does. So I just saw it as that. I don't think I ever saw it. And then of course you have feelings, you love them, you whatever. You might not be in love with each other anymore, but y'all still love each other and
Right.
care about each other. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but hopefully they continue to leave Tasha as a strong black woman, because I do not want to see her breaking down
Oh no. I don't
and
see
everything
that either.
else. But
No.
was there anything else? Oh, so my friend was saying that at the end scene that there's a tracking device on Tommy's car.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, well, I wasn't paying attention. I just thought they were doing that to be dramatic, like showing.
That was
the
from
license
when the
plate.
mother was driving the car. Remember they had put one on there? Was it last season? This season? The mom, when he had left the car at the mother's house or something, and she was driving it, somebody had put the
Who
tracking
put it
device.
on it? The
I
feds?
thought it was Angela and them when they thought he was Ghost.
Oh, and that's been there all that time?
They didn't have it turned on, and it was now it's blinking. So
Oh, okay. So
because remember when they put it under there, they couldn't.
I don't remember. Honestly.
But I'm saying once they put it under there and the whole thing came around with Jamie and everything, they couldn't track it anymore once he was cleared and there was nothing else to do. So it was off.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's back on, which I don't know if because of Angela's or because of Tasha's slip of the tongue in the office, if that made Angela turn it back on or what.
Oh.
But yeah, there was a
So she was
tracking
saying, I was
device.
like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Well, they need to get rid of this car, because how they going to go kill Dre? And
Well, they got to find. They don't know yet that it's under there. So they done had. Well, we gonna go get the Jimenez. We gotta go get Dre. We got.
Oh my God.
We
They had a
probably
lot
used
of
it to get
killing.
rid of Ray Ray.
Yeah, what did they... Oh, sorry. What did they do with Ray Ray?
Well, we saw them wrap him up in the
Rug.
rug.
But where
I
did
don't
he go?
know. He might still be in the trunk.
And why didn't they... Okay, so I know when we saw the show or whatever, and we saw the scene with Tariq and Ray Ray, and Ray Ray like, you ain't gonna shoot me or this and that, but he does reach for his gun, and then we don't see what happened. I guess that adds to the drama, and Tariq ends up killing him.
Right.
But why didn't they just leave that there? Kind of like, because he did at that point, he would have had to have his gun in his hand.
Right.
So even if he I mean, I watch a lot of crime shows, I would have grabbed his hand and shot a bullet that way to make it seem like he was shooting when he was standing up or something.
Right.
But even if you didn't, the fact that he has a gun in his hand and you have a gun, why wouldn't you? I mean, why would you need to be wrapped up in the rug and then thrown out?
I thought it was maybe the
To protect?
bullet was still inside. Like I said, I don't watch the crime shows.
Well,
like
the bullet
you.
was in him and Ray Ray.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think
but so
it was
what?
2 shots. Isn't it getting traced?
Yeah, so what? He pulled the gun. I can kill him.
But why would Tariq even be there? Why would? What? So
So you're
Tasha-
saying that it was to protect, so Tariq wouldn't have to answer any, because
I'm thinking-
even if they brought in Tasha, you could say, "Hey, I came here. I had information that he may have, that he came to my daughter's school and that he came somewhere else, and I wanted
How'd you
to
find
ask
out about this
him."
place?
I asked her
Because this is a stash house that he uses as an undercover cop. How'd you find out about it?
the same way she found out
You
by
went and asked her?
asking. No,
You traced your son's phone.
I asked Angela.
Who traced her son's phone and told her where the son was. So why was your son there?
Oh shit, yeah. So I would have to get Angela.
You gotta
involved.
get Angela. You getting Angela and Tariq involved still.
Well, she could always say,
She was fucking my husband, and I came to her for help.
no, I would have been like, well, you know, I heard he had something to do, so I've been following him like crazy.
Right.
And I followed him. I'm just thinking of like, in my mind, I would think it would be better to have left him there with the gun as opposed to take him away and they got the bullet in the wall and everything, and then Because even if she had a reason to kill him, a justification, even if she was justified in killing him, or Tariq was justified in killing, the fact that y'all took that body away now fucks all of this up.
I agree with you even more on the fact of he was in a stash house that they said they used, but did y'all use it to store all this money and product and stuff that he stole? Remember when Tariq was walking in, we saw big ass screen TVs in other rooms. When we catch Ray Ray, he's digging out of this box full of that money.
So he could run.
So in other words, it would have made more sense that, yeah, I discover a dirty cop who then tries to kill me and I kill him in self-defense. Yes. Not even so much like I knew nothing about his daughter or my daughter or whatever. Maybe in that sense of saying Tariq was involved in the stealing, but didn't know he was even a cop, and comes to get his money and he turns on him.
Yeah, I don't
Anything
know.
would have been.
I just think something with the body
better than taking
missing.
The body. Yeah.
That's the only thing, because now Tasha is telling the lawyer, "I did it." So I'm assuming they're gonna turn her in. Like, okay, you need to turn yourself in. How are you gonna explain where did the body go?
Yeah,
we definitely not gonna believe you took this body out.
Definitely.
Who took the body?
Yeah,
I don't know. I just wish, I was like, I just don't. Or if they were going to do it, that they would be so sloppy in doing it. Because we've seen movies and shows where they come and they like clean up the whole shit. Like, okay, wrap the body up, get the stuff, clean up the blood, look around, you see any bullet, any holes, let's pull them out, patch them. Like, so, I don't know. I just didn't like that part.
I do agree with you, taking the body was not necessary. They could have explained it hell of a lot better, because with this being a stash house, did the NYPD know what he was stashing?
I'm about to say, or a cop could have, a drug dealer could have followed him or whatever. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't see where they got that from or how they got.
And how I don't know. And like you said, how are they going to try to explain it next season that Tasha was able to do this and move it?
Yeah, she's gonna have to bring somebody in.
Yeah,
because you couldn't have moved the body.
Yeah.
See, that's why the writing sucks. It really does, because they should have all got together and sitting there with Tariq and like, okay, so what we gonna do about this? And maybe they would have looked around like, oh fuck, I don't think we could clean it or something, like to come up with something, and it just makes them, I don't know.
Because if they was gonna move the body, they didn't have to pick up the shell casings. They didn't have to do none of that. Just wrap it all up.
But clean up the blood. Yeah. Get the,
make it not so obvious.
And then you would say, Tariq, how many times did you shoot? Twice? Oh, fuck, he only got one hole. All right, let's find, like, to be professional. I guess that's what I would have liked, because it's like they've been in this so long, and they're all three. Now we got all parts of the Voltron, like I like it to call it. The Voltron. So even where Ghost has brains and he has this, and then Tommy is straight killer, and then we got Tasha in who they should have been able to come with a better plan than let's roll his body out in the rug and leave all the blood right there on the floor.
And then in what alternative universe do the cops come so quickly? Because we heard the sirens while they were still. I'm like, it hasn't even been a minute.
Because it was a stash house.
But would they have known that? They just heard shots fired
in that area. I guess it would be like, well, and I know this to be true, is that they know where cops live at, where other cops live at, and if he's an undercover and it's not even where you live at, this is a stash house, so this is one of our properties. They know.
We gonna come quicker.
And then they saying we got shots fired in that area. They like, let's get there. Okay. Because I definitely know they do it where cops live at. Because I was living around some cop, and it was like, yeah, before anything could fucking stop happening, a cop was there. Yeah. Like, you hear a firecracker, a cop you like, what the fuck? Yeah. And it's because they like.
He was bold though, keeping all your money there in the stash house where you're supposed to be working as an undercover. I don't know.
It's just bad writing. A lot of it is bad writing, and I guess because when we watch these shows and you watch the after shows and you watch the Writers Guild or whatever it is,
right.
When you watch these shows, some of them, and they say, we do research into this, we did this, we looked into this. It seemed like the writers on Power said, fuck that. We ain't got time for that shit. We just gonna make this shit up as we go along. And I think that if they took a minute or two to do a little bit more, that it would definitely make it a better show, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it for Power for this season.
Yeah.
Peace out. See you next season, Power. I guess it was there any other show that you watched that was like noteworthy this week?
We watched Insecure, but it was two together. It would take too much to go through, so
I was about to say I thought that Insecure, that's the show I was going to mention, is because I really thought that Insecure this week was really good.
Yeah.
And I was just telling my friend, like, when Lauren said, "You fucking hoe," girl, I was like, I felt it in my soul. Girl. Like, he really meant that. Out of all of the shows that I watched this week, I would say Insecure would definitely be. Last week episode I really didn't like. I didn't care for like that.
Okay.
But the effects of last week and this week, I guess I do see it where it goes. So anybody who hasn't watched Insecure, when they take the class about giving head or oral sex, other random acts of love,
right?
And she says, and she goes and she does it to Daniel, and then he like comes ejaculate or whatever the proper word is, in her face,
in her eye. Specifically, conjunctivitis.
So she's like, "What the fuck? How did you go do this and this and that?" And she goes off and she leaves. So that was the episode I really didn't care for.
Yeah.
But this week we saw where she calls him up and she's like,
he calls her.
He calls her and like, "I'm sorry" or whatever. And she was like, "How could you do that to me?" And he was like, She was like, "I felt so disrespected." He was like, "Well, how you think I felt when you did?" Oh my God, what was it that she did?
She slept with him while she had a boyfriend.
Was it that?
I thought that's what he was referring to. That we both, when he said we both did some fuck shit. Mm-hmm. So I took it as, you slept with me when you had a boyfriend. I splooged in your eye and didn't tell you I was coming.
I thought he specifically said what it was that she did. Because I know he says like, and she's like, so this was getting back at me and this and that. Because I can't remember what he said that she did to him. I cannot remember. Or was it that thing at the last season when they ended? But I think he does say exactly what she did to him and why he was like, "Well, I felt disrespected then too."
Right.
And she's like, "Well, you trying to get back at me and this and that," and which it clearly seemed like, based on the conversation they were having. At the time it happened, I didn't see it as like, "Oh, I'm gonna try to disrespect her."
Right.
But it was like, what type of person am I dealing with that you're saying sorry, but you're really not sorry, because you're justifying it. So you could have just said sorry and left it at that. But you're like, well, how you think I felt when this and this and that? And I guess that kind of like finally put her off on him.
Right. Definitely. Even though I do take issue with her, you supposed to be in your rotation, your whole period. So then I don't understand, why does his respecting you matter? You disrespected me. You're not in a relationship. Why is he respecting you?
Well, I guess she's trying to, the way I took it is that while she's talking about all this rotation and whatever, we see that she's really not about that life. Because when she goes to see Neighbor Boo and he has a girl there, she leaves in her feelings like, and I think that she's slowly, like, we're seeing, not slowly, because they only 30-minute episodes, but I think that we saw, like, she's learning, I'm not about that life.
Yeah. And
now, even with this one, I don't agree that why should he have been respecting and they not in a relationship, or she, even if she was about the whole life. I think because she thought it was more than that like y'all had a relationship before, y'all know each other all of this time, y'all were messing around, then y'all went back to messing around, and you wouldn't think somebody was going to disrespect you like that at that point.
I still don't see it. I don't see where. I think he chose the wrong words in that moment in talking to her, and maybe those were his real feelings. But I guess I'm like, you chose to go down on him. He said, "I'm coming." You zigged when you should have zagged. Where in that did he intentionally splooge in your eye to get back at you?
Well, because that's why I said last week episode I didn't see it as, I didn't like the episode I didn't see, but it set it up for this part because when he says, "Oh, how you think I felt when this," it was like,
but I just didn't see her taking it so, being so up in arms about it in the first place and seeing it as a sign of disrespect. I was confused at that from the.
Well, did you hear? Was it Molly? These niggas see this shit on Pornhub and think they can do that shit to us. I think that was Molly, right?
That was Molly.
And I guess it was that.
He said he coming, and I didn't move.
Well,
give your girlfriends the whole story. You can't give your girlfriends half the story just so they can be on your side.
Apparently, it was. I don't
love Molly though. Molly and the fat girl. This episode, they gave me my life because when Lawrence walked in, she said, "Was there a sale on denim? Why he got on this whole jean outfit?"
And the girl had it on too. She had on a denim shirt.
Yeah, she said, "Was there a sale on denim? No one told us."
But I guess I took from with Molly's response is that it must be a sign of disrespect or something because she was offended. So I don't know. In IRL in real life, how that's taken.
I guess.
I don't have these experiences, so I don't know. But
I guess. I don't know. I think if you're going down on someone, I don't do Pornhub, but I'm just saying, if you're going down on someone without a condom and he says I'm coming, what do? You stay on it or you get off? It's only one of two places
and
it
I
can
guess
go.
That's where
it can either go in your mouth or on you, unless you move. She didn't move fast enough. He said, "I'm coming." What other? That's like somebody putting their turn signal on. He told you he was turning, so then you can't get mad and say, "Damn, he turned without even notifying me." He told you I was signaling 100 yards back. I told you.
Yeah,
you should have moved.
I was about to say, I just guessed that it was only afterwards. The after part was the fact that he said it was the problem for me. And it was like that, oh, maybe it is a sign of disrespect and he meant, because he said it.
Right.
And she's like, you did that shit on some whatever. But, so we get past that part and then we have the whole...
Molly and Dro.
Yeah. So I was talking about this also because... I don't know. For some reason, I'm not buying what he's selling with this whole open. Yeah. Something just doesn't seem right.
I'm going to tell you what clinched it for me that the wife don't know shit. When we was in the bathroom, we just got finished boning, doing whatever. And I tell you to hang back so I could go out first so nobody could see you. And then you come out. The only person we would be hiding from is my wife. Why would we?
Well, you would be hiding from the other people because, so that's what my friend said, and I was like that with other stuff got me to that point. But yeah, you would be hiding from other people because even if you and your wife were okay with this situation, other people are going to have their opinions, and maybe you just don't want to deal with that. Or embarrass your wife that, look, even while you're with me, we're at this dinner, and then you're going to go do this, and then everybody's going to know, and you think everybody's going to say, oh, okay, let's keep that to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's going to say something, and so even if she was okay with it, which we've all had situations with that, where you might be okay with something, but you're like... I know this ain't going to be the popular, so I got to act like I got a problem with this, and I really don't. I think it was more so that.
So you think the line he sold about it being the wife's idea is bullshit?
I think the whole open thing is bullshit.
Right. Okay.
I think that's all bullshit. I'm about to say, I think it's all bullshit.
Yeah,
but I think that part, I didn't see as just that. Like, if that was the only thing in and of itself that happened, I wouldn't say, like, that's the reason why I don't think so. Because there is another reason why he could have did it. It's everything that's making me seem like, I'm not buying it.
Yeah. But then, too, they were very awkward. Like when the wife came in and he left her and Molly there together. I don't know if maybe Molly was awkward and they were just playing it off like that. But it was kind of like when we saw them interact in the cupcake shop, they seemed very organic. Like they knew each other. It was, conversation flowed. When they were standing up there at the bar, it was kind of like how's the weather? Is it... And to me, that would say, like, ooh, okay, now we all in on this secret that don't nobody else know, and we haven't seen each other since y'all started this, and it's awkward for us.
See, so I took it more so that, and my whole thing is that, the way I viewed it is that Molly is falling in love with him and has feelings for him, Definitely. And it's deeper than just sex and, basically, lack of a better way to say it, she wants to be the wife.
Yeah.
And so now how do you deal with that with her when it's not even, so even if you're okay with your husband having sex or whatever with other people, I don't just want that. I want to be with him and you're with him. And it seemed like that was why she was so uneasy, because it seemed like the wife wasn't uneasy. It was more so like Molly was uneasy, and then Molly felt a certain type of way with the placement at the table, and she couldn't be heard, and then the wife would say the same thing she's saying, and it seems like she just was getting all of this up in her head, like,
right,
this and that. But I think it's more so, in my opinion, how I saw it was that it was more so to do with her feelings for him,
right,
as opposed to the wife being awkward with her.
Okay,
because. And this is, in my opinion, in my theory, I don't think the wife know.
Right.
So
I think we both,
yeah. So I don't see that she would have a reason to be awkward around her, other than Molly would have the reason.
That's what I
don't think the wife
Molly
knows at all.
Molly was kind of making it awkward
because she felt. I think she does. Because even we saw that. Oh God, I think it had to be last episode. And she's in the bathtub and he's getting dressed to go.
Calls.
Yeah, and he like, I gotta go. I gotta take her the key. And she's like,
herself out. Right.
You can see all of that brewing there, which finally at the end of this episode we see her say like, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know where. I guess maybe her talking to her mother made her see like, they're never going to leave each other. Right. And if she's in love with him and he's in love with her and they care about each other, me fucking him all the time is not going to bring him my way. Yeah. Let that go. So let me stop. Because I don't think her intentions ever were to just fuck this man. I think it was more so like, I'm in love with him. I have feelings for him. Why should I respect marriage?
Yeah, I think it was always something there they never acted on before. And then he kind of gave her like the okay sign by saying, "Oh, we're in an open marriage. It's okay." Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm so next week is going to be interesting. I think because it seems like Lil Rel is going to put the moves on Molly.
I know, and while I love Lil Rel, I could not see myself messing with you. Even when he's trying to be serious, I don't know. I think he's hilarious, but I just could not see myself.
But I just love this show because, and it's one of those kind of love-hate things because it's like, damn, you see yourself in so many different characters also, because you may have been the person who's been the unrequited friend who said, as long as I be the friend, one day
it's gonna happen.
Or you've been the person on the other end that never realized your friend had feelings and you thought they were just helping you move a couch every time you moved because you were a good friend. And you just, came to pick me up and bought me ice cream every 2 weeks because we were friends. So that's what I just love about the show. Like, you can see a little bit of yourself, I think, in every character.
I don't know, but I just know that this ain't gonna go down with Well, I would like to see. I was about to say it may, because maybe she'll see. Like, look, all of this shit I've been doing all of this time with messing with these people, messing with that. Then I had a good guy that looked good on paper, and he was boring and shit. Yeah, like, so
and
maybe
then I have the opposite.
This
we get along. We have a certain back and forth, but it's not necessarily in the packaging I would choose.
But
will she be able to equate the two things in her mind? As maybe
I don't know.
That's what makes it so good, because
I'm really interested in seeing where that's going to go with them.
I was really mad. I was really mad with Lawrence, though, bringing that girl to the dinner. I just feel like it was not just even disrespectful. About Issa. Not even about Issa. If I'm planning on bringing somebody that wasn't invited, don't you say, do I get a +1? Is it,
oh no, fuck
happy
that.
hour so I can just... But I mean, if it was the kind of thing where it was like, hey, we're getting together for my birthday, we're going to be at the bar, they're going to be passing around apps, there's no assigned seats, it's whatever, then that's one thing to bring somebody else. But you find that out ahead of time. You don't just show up.
No, I didn't give a fuck about that. The fact that you knew this was that Tiffany, I believe is a girl's name, or whoever,
Derek,
that she was friends, that she's Issa's friend, and that more than likely she's going to be there.
Right.
Why would you bring anybody there?
Right.
And especially a female. If you would have brought your homeboy or whatever, that would have been okay. But you bring her because you're going to try to say, well, we're just friends. But that's not appropriate either. Because even if you were just friends, just the appearance alone is not appropriate.
Do you think he did it, though, because he thought Issa was going to
bring somebody? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. That's what I thought, too. It just so happened that it was this girl that you've been vibing with at work, and y'all are thinking about taking it to another level. But in what language do you take the person you've just started seeing to a friend's birthday? You know what I mean? And like, in what universe? Even if you do that when you're trying to get back at your ex that you assume is going to bring someone.
I think that, and I also think because, and he says it to her, that I got to keep looking at these pictures with you with this nigga you fucked while we were together. I think that he was so hurt by that. And even though, and which I agreed with him with the pictures. I know you didn't see it that way, but that he saw them in the pictures thinking like they're a couple now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm looking at your friend's pictures and you're with him, and apparently he must have saw something on her page too because he blocked her.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, maybe that was too, but shame on him still. You shouldn't have bought her. I'm Team Lawrence.
Yeah.
I guess it would have maybe gave the appearance that I'm not hurt either, but I would have preferred that he came. Even if she bought somebody, I would have preferred him come.
You be the strong black man and come.
Yeah, I would have preferred that him come there by himself and let her know, like, look,
and shoot daggers across.
Yeah, like, look, I'm by myself. But
Issa was so shady though. She was like, when the girl was thinking everybody would come, she was like, yeah, and a few randos. I said, oh, when the whiskey get in her.
Oh my God.
She fight dirty.
But then, yeah, and then they were out there having that argument, and I'm like, oh.
I don't know that I would have gotten in the car with him, tried to go, I would have just got an Uber and left, I think. The girl, I'm talking about the girl, Aparna, whatever her name is. He was in that car, like you could feel the heat coming off him.
Well,
he was
I guess
so
they were
heated.
Friends. What, from my opinion, is that they were just friends. I wasn't here as your date, quotes, because I wasn't at your date.
With them.
No, remember when they were at work and they went somewhere else, and then somebody made mention like, "Are you two things a thing?" And he's like, "No, we're not together. We don't do anything." And he was like, "I didn't mean to offend you or anything, but it is the truth. Like, we're not that or whatever."
See, I didn't take it that way. I took it as a yeah, we haven't defined it right, and maybe it was just one time. But I got that they had either went out or kissed or something already.
I think they clearly went out because that's what the people are getting on.
More than friends. I took it as more than friends, or at least maybe there was an attraction that was they both recognized from that outing, because when they were talking, the friend was like, "Are y'all doing an item?" And he was like, "No, we just went out." And she looked at him like, "I said the exact same thing," which is kind of like, oh, we've synced our stories to deny that something's happening. And then he goes up to her afterwards and says, "Oh, I just didn't want to say anything in front of everybody, you know." And I don't know, it was just a vibe that I got.
I was about to say, I didn't take it. Yeah, I didn't take it that way. And then especially like at the end part where he when they do actually kiss or whatever, I just didn't take it that way. I just took it like that they went out and they were hanging out or whatever.
They knew they liked each other.
Well, they definitely liked each other.
Okay.
Liked, I guess you mean like boyfriend,
mutual
girlfriend.
Attraction.
Oh, well, I was about to say because of course they like
pursue.
I about to say because of course they liked each other. When you talk like that, you remind me of these twins. But for Project Runway when you said that, but they definitely like because when they're talking at work, so you like somebody, so that's why I was saying like, oh, I guess you mean in a different way.
Sexually,
I was meaning like,
of
course they like each other. They were talking to each other. Why would you go out with somebody you don't like to anywhere? But I didn't take it that way that they were already messing around. And then for her
saying, "Yeah, I'll go to your friend's birthday," you know, like, yo, your ex is gonna be there. Oh yeah, sure, I'll go with you, because she offered it.
Yeah, remember. I just don't. That
was weird too.
But for her to leave with him, I would see like my friend is angry. Like even if we weren't messing around, my friend is angry.
My friend may be willing to drive off the cliff. I don't need to be in the car with him. Call me when you get home, Negro.
Oh yeah, you cannot be my friend.
No,
I definitely like.
We don't both need to die because you that angry and gonna run us into the wall.
Yeah, and I just see like she had bad timing.
Yeah, definitely that. Because she came out.
And I think that she could have handled it. So I guess looking back, she could have, when she came out and she said something, like you could see it was really tense. But I think she does say like,
"Here's your jacket." No, she says like, "Here's your jacket."
Oh, okay. I would have been like, "Y'all need a moment," you know. And of course he would have said, "No, this fucking hoe." And I guess I would have just been okay with that.
So what about Issa ripping up her own shit though? Her own apartment. Their apartment at one point. Was that because of the fact that it was their stuff?
No. See, now that this one is a fact. This is not opinion because I watched the after thing.
Okay.
And the writer who is the ghetto girl on the show, the one like, did they have a sell on dinner?
Oh, okay.
So she's one of the writers.
Okay.
But she's totally different than that character. She doesn't even speak that way. And she said that we knew at some point that all of this frustration had to come out, that she would be so upset. And it was like, so this is the way we decided for her to take out her frustration and her anger.
Okay.
Was that she finally just had it. And he's like, yeah, you know, we had to retake the scene because when I went to go throw the wine bottle, all the wine dripped down me. So we had to do it over.
Times.
But she was like, it felt really good doing that. And the lady was like, see, that's what we wanted, you know, that she finally had. I don't think it had anything to do with their stuff or anything. And then we see, like, when she walks in, she gets a letter for the rent increase. Yeah. And it was like, that was the last straw. Yeah, it was like, okay, I'm like on the edge, and it's like
so angry.
And even though this is just a feather, it's enough. Yeah. I'm done. And I think that's how I took it. I didn't see it like it was his stuff, and she didn't. The writer was there, and she didn't say like, it was his stuff. It was, you know, it was their apartment.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, it's her shit now.
Yeah, but.
Or maybe she's going to move. I think that they're going to do that, that she's going to move.
I think so too, because we see next week he comes to the apartment for some reason. So I'm wondering if it's like, do you want anything?
Shit? Because I'm leaving, Because now the rent's going up, and it's all these bad memories. Yeah, I definitely can see that.
Before we hop off of it, though, I was glad to see her and the coworker make up. Did you see?
Oh yes.
Yeah, I was
With
glad
the,
to see. I mean, of course, it took her to meet the student on the bus, and for him to say that the assistant principal is like blocking us from coming, but then she sees that she wasn't doing her due diligence for the other students.
I think that it was her seeing the boy was like one part, but I think it was just like awakening that she's been dealing with all of this shit and so focused on that it's something so blatant right here with him saying these taco meat eating and he's clearly saying and she's like I can't even focus on this shit right now. This is one of the things that I love about Insecure, and especially I don't have a white woman's life experience, so I don't know if they go through the same things, but definitely as a black woman, I have been there. As a woman, and I'm married with kids, I have been there where I'm like dealing with so much shit that it's like this is really like right here about to hit you, and I'm like I can't even focus on it. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, then she starts to see like, oh damn, you treating her like shit, you doing this, you doing that, and kind of evolving to getting herself back on track, hopefully. And I think that's where the whole move is going to come. I really see that being part of it. It's like, I'm going to move, I'm going to do everything. And
I think did it say next week is the season finale?
Yes.
Okay. I would like to see her move too. I think just start fresh, go somewhere where she can afford, even move. I don't think she's gonna move in with Molly, but we know she can't afford like the rent by herself. The rent by herself.
I don't want to see her living with Molly because
I think it might be a temporary thing, but I think she may need to because she couldn't even afford to get her car fixed. So how's she gonna afford a down payment on an apartment?
Yeah, I just wouldn't want to see Molly. I don't think it's the right way.
And if Molly is moving to Chicago,
well, house now that's different because you could be like, listen, I'm going to Chicago for a little while. And the apartment's gonna be empty, so
because now what's it gonna be with her having this bomb ass apartment? She gonna have a rotation on fleek.
Oh, I think she's over the rotation.
I think she is
especially when Lauren said you fucking her.
Oh,
she's over it. The other thing that we got was the part with Molly and finally going to her employer.
Oh yes,
and the way she decided to handle it in a way I think that
didn't mention
similar to what you suggested is that I'm gonna say look at she bought a specific case like look, I bought this client and this client is billing already $2 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
And they like, all right, well, why are you bringing this shit to us now?
Yeah. And
she like, oh, I thought y'all want to see. And they like, oh, that's good, but
yeah, she didn't say I want more money. Though she said, well, we know that promotions and things aren't handed out only at review time. We see that with such and such and such and such. So I know this is something that an opportunity you wouldn't want. No, bitch, say what you there for. I'm here for a raise because of this, and this to justify it. This is where I'm thinking I want you to put me.
So I thought that, I guess that
at least I didn't.
And maybe in that situation, no, not that she said, but I think the message was clear why she was there and that it was, it didn't need to be said. Like, she was very clear on why she was there and what she wanted. Because even when she said, like, listen, promotions and bonuses aren't always given at. She's clear, like, I want a reward I want something more than what I have for the work that I'm doing. It's just that they were like, yeah, bitch, no.
But I still think I always see these things of, I would love to have the confidence of a white man, a mediocre white man, because I don't think anyone else, a white man or anyone in particular, would have had a problem saying what I'm bringing this to you for. I am specifically pointing out these circumstances of my contributions to your firm because I want you to give me a raise consummate to that, and I want you to do it before review time. I think that would have been the way to handle it.
So I guess I disagree because to me, she said that. She just didn't say it in the verbiage that you use. She said that. She basically said that, and they just were having and they like, yeah, maybe we'll consider it during the next review. which leaves her in the same position, which we discussed. Is like, what do you do now when you bring it to them, and now they're like, okay, we'll see you next year at review. Yeah. What is she gonna do?
Well, we see she starts taking interviews, so
exactly. So like, you can't. It's not much for her to go, but I mean, I think that she.
I don't know. I think got to that point. I think it's just something to be said for she wasn't
because when she said that
enough.
I said, oh, so maybe like because when she says all of that and she gets to, it's clear what she's saying.
It's clear what she's saying.
Implying. So then if they said, okay, well, we don't consider, and she said, well, normally, people have received promotion, whatever, and they like, okay, well, this is good. We'll consider it for review time. Then she would have went back and said, well, no, I want you to consider it now. Okay, we considered it. Okay, but I want you to give me money now or give me a promotion now. That's just, I mean, that doesn't work. That doesn't, that's not the way.
But I think if she had simply said, what she's going to end up doing is, I believe you should give me a raise based on this now. Or I will be exploring other opportunities with other
we're
firms.
not going to go back down that road. Because I was about to say, we already just talked with them.
They come at her next week saying, we know you've been taking me and we don't want to lose you. So, I mean, so obviously she's not being like, oh, I'm taking an hour sick to go on this job. She's not sneaking.
Well, no, I don't think it's that. It's that you have to understand, like, at their level in a firm, or even when we worked at the same job, it would be that way. That if I tried to take a interview with a different county or somewhere else, they would know.
Right.
Because someone would talk. So at that level with the firms that's around and that could basically, that are operating at that level,
right.
I'm sure the word gets around. Like, we got somebody from Harvey and Lecter over here interviewing. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's more so that. I don't think it's like she's. I'm interviewing.
I'll be interested to see though how they come at her in that interview. I mean, in that meeting when they say, "So why are you meeting with these other people?" Like,
and if we don't want to lose you, so I'm sure maybe they'll make.
You don't want to lose me, come.
But then that's when she's gonna really have to kick it, because if they make her offer and she's still
paying me more than a white man,
she's gonna always have to keep negotiating with that. Or maybe they would say, "Listen, we don't want.
We just gonna let you go." What if they said that? Ooh, child.
That's the what I was thinking.
Or we just gonna send you to Chicago since you like them so much.
I'll be like, I'm out. But all right. So I guess that's really it. It's pretty.
Yeah, we'll save the rest of the reality and stuff for next week.
I was about to say, so we're gonna get up out of here. Remember, episodes available every Tuesday on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Play. You can follow us on Instagram at The Life of a TV Addict, and on Twitter I'm at JMOAbout.
At Notorious FPG. #StayAddicted.
And see y'all next week.